Tēnā koutou katoa ngā mihi nui, which means welcome to this channel, Manifestors Unite. I'm your host, Carmel Riley, and in this interview, I have an oracle for you. He mihi aroha 2025. This interview is a little bit longer than the usual because it is an oracle for you for 2025 from the wonderful Shekinah Ma. She is an Indigenous American mermaid who has migrated to the mountains from the seas of Laguna. She is so incredibly wise, and she has pulled out a number of cards to help you ride with the energies of this fire snake. Yeah, that is 2025. We will go deep into a tarot spread. What you can expect is a good little dose of Aotearoa New Zealand, a lot of Indigenous American Indian wisdom, plus 20-something years of tarot reading. The links for Shekinah are below, but be sure to watch the end. You can turn off your screens and just really tune in, my friend. And I am here with the wonderful Shekinah Ma from Laguna Beach, California, but currently in British Columbia in Canada. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me.
Well, I really wanted to have you here because you have so many incredible gifts and teaching talents. Just wanted to bring you back from last year where we started with the seeding into the matrix of the matrix and the star treks and the rock treks, some light, some wisdom to carry us forward into this snaking year. Shekinah, do you want to tell us a little bit about what has moved you to here and what is moving you right now?
Well, we are on assignment here and moving forward to carry all of us back home where we belong. And there's a beautiful song for that. It's called Love Lift Us Up Where We Belong. And a lot of people think it was a man who wrote and sang that song first, but it's actually Buffy St. Marie. And Buffy St. Marie is a beautiful woman who created many amazing songs during times of protest, in times of seeking truth and freedom and peace and all the things that we're all seeking now. I see this year as the 9, as so many wonderful, beautiful beings have pointed out. 2025 makes a 9. 9 is a card that I've been pulling over and over again. So the sage or the hermit seems to be very much up in the field, and so that's a affirmation, confirmation of the universe. That's how you know, yes, this rings true, and it is true. So the hermit here, this 9, this snake year, I am a fire snake in the Chinese zodiac.
Friends, this is where we get into both the Chinese zodiac and the mainstream astrology zodiac.
I look at the snake as being like the Hydra system, and in India they would call them the Nagas. And the snake people were really bringers of wisdom and truth and teachings that helped to found and ground into this beautiful Pachamama. The yoga sutras of Patanjali, all the works of mantra, light communication, various adept forms of healing through Ayurveda. So when I see snake, I see not the fallen state of man and the reptile brain, or the biblical cursed satanic snake. Indeed, it's the opposite for me, because I actually think that the planetary has been hoodwinked and has been inverted. And so oftentimes, you're getting a message this, and I'm saying, oh, it's the opposite, it's that.
Did you hear that? That means question everything, people.
So sometimes there's a bit of mirror magic involved. And so when I'm looking at this year and I'm pulling together all the streams of wisdom and truths throughout the ages that transcend the illusions, that is one of the keys that I also keep getting in my card readings, which includes judgment seems to be up in
the judgment.
It's also completion. So completions of cycles as we now go into this Aquarian age, as we now go into this Satyug, this age of truth, out of the Kali Yuga, age of chaos and destruction. So anyway, and then the other theme that I've been also tying into this through the oracle that comes through is there's the 16, which is the Tower card, which is the fall of Babel. But also, it's interesting, I've been teaching my daughter a bit of the reading of cards, and so she read my cards, and I am a 16. That's just always been part of my magic. And so she was reading it as, all my shit's gonna fall apart in my life this year, and I was like, no, actually all my illusions are gonna fall apart in my life this year, which is exactly what I want and what I've been, calling, because I also, through a shamanic yoga experiment that I went to, this friend of mine is teaching shamanic yoga, and I've never done that, so I was like, let's go try that out for size. And I got carried in through the breathwork part of the night, right into this ancient grandmother snake. And instead of a diamond back, like a rattlesnake, she had a moon back. So she had moons upon moons upon moons upon moons coiled around her skin. And these were all the daughters of the earth. And I began to see that she was shedding, molting the illusion, the death, the sickness, the fear, the corruption, the infection. In the native way, it's often called Wendigo or Watiko. Wendigo is like the spirit virus, the mind virus, the psychic virus that sows evil, darkness, fear, or greed, lust, all the 7 mortal sins into the beings. So we are extracting that out and shedding, molting that dead skin, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
That's pretty.
And then rainbow skin. She growed a rainbow light body to replace that mortal flesh. Very good. Very good. Yeah.
That is profound.
Yeah.
I'm hearing also that there's a massive call to go back to your deep tribal roots, to decolonize.
Right.
All of your thinking.
We are in a time of truth and reconciliation, planetary and galactically. Okay. As above, so below, as within, so without. So we're in a time of truth. You need to have the truth to reconcile all the issues of history, her story, life, etc. So if we are in a time of truth to reconcile, then really we need to go into what was the truth. The truth was what we had when we were children. The inner child carries the truth. Like a Lemurian crystal will carry the original blueprint, right? So we're actually needing to, we were talking about the colon and the colonizer, and the decolonizer is the literal roto-rooter, the shit, plumbing, get that shit out of there, process, right? Which, I'm making it funny, but it's really very intense work, right? But the thing is because we've just had the last couple thousand at least years, right? Wherein we know that we have been dark and heavy and dense, and it really feels like we've fallen from grace, from the higher dimensional lattice of light down here into that deep, dark 3D, 2D, even 1D, toxic sludge of black goo, black hole vacuum of space. So now, I always get the message, if your inner child is not loving it, stop it. If your inner child is not there, if she's or he's taken off because it's no longer safe, stop it. I've been in multiple trainings of truth and reconciliation through 3 different universities, one being an Indigenous university, the 5-year now going on circle of people who've been dedicated to this work. And one of our first rules that we came up with in our circle, which a Cree native elder had called us to hold these protocols for our circle. And she was the one who I and her had this connection, which decolonized the adult, right, to reclaim the inner child. And when you come from your inner child and you know what she's like, and you know when she's no longer present, you are no longer in the sacred space.
That is really beautiful. And
so really, when we all reclaim the truth of ourselves, which that we are made in perfection, there ain't nothing wrong with us, and there ain't nothing outside of ourselves that we are missing or lacking. It's all innate, it's all inherent, and it's all waiting for us to remember it. And I had a real direct relation with the Christ energy over the last holidays. And it wasn't I didn't come to save you. It was I came to help you remember.
Yeah.
Right? And when you remember, it's like that's what they're so, that being the parasites are so afraid of, is us remembering our health and our wealth and our truth of the, we are made in God's image. Everything I can do, you can do, and more. Yeah, gods, and you know it not. And that is not a Luciferic statement, although they'll try to tell you it is. So actually, we are perfected beings because we are made by a perfected creator. But as you look into creation and you marvel at the perfection of the beauty of nature, the stars in the heavens, I mean, like, who is kidding who? The joke is on you, and actually we should all be laughing, because that's how I feel when I look out at the Matrix. Is exactly like Neo in the Matrix, where he's just like, no, what are you talking about? No. And I'll laugh in your face because it's funny now. It's just funny now because I'm done crying about it, I'm done wailing and having sorrow, and my inner child wants to party. Because it's already been oppressed and repressed and depressed for long enough. Thank you very much.
And kia ora, this part is really cool.
I tell you, I pulled cords.
Last year you gave us the Aries North Node. You gave us Poseidon Down Under. So I want to hear and I want to share with everyone. Get out your popcorn. Boom, here we go.
So what I like to do is called the medicine wheel spread. I've been working the medicine wheel for over 20 years. And this is what speaks to my heart very loud and clear. So now I did shuffle the cards quite a lot. I split them three times, did all the ways, right? I still pulled this card out. And it wanted to come back out. That's our goddess leader right here, Carmel. That's her.
So this
is the 17, which is apparently also the day you're born, right? So wow, confirmation, affirmations just light up the house like rainbows. So this is coming into the east, my friends, and not in the realm of down under where you are, but in the realm of Turtle Island where I am. We go into the east is the place of the rising sun, and it is the season of spring. So starting with the spring, now that we're moving through the winter into the spring, which is some say the real New Year, this is a time of coming into our higher selves. We are being called, we are being beckoned. You see her with her, it's not a shofar, it's a conch shell. I don't know how you would call it.
We play them at dawn. We play them at dawn.
I got my own because I love them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you have to make it. Well, this is from a friend who gifted it to me, so I don't know what part of the world it came from, but it's also a yoni. It's a yoni verse. Looks like a female anatomy. So
that's why guys play it. Buggers.
Oh, they love to blow there. Anywho, let's not get tricksy pixie, shall we? So yeah, this is the star and the 17, and it's our truth, and it's our higher selves, and it's also this calling to look up. So I'm seeing that there's going to be a lot. We already have them over here in Turtle Island, a lot of drones, a lot of interesting orbs, crystal spheres floating in the skies. People do not know what is going on. But I would also say It's going to be some heavenly signs. We were talking a bit about the sun, and we will definitely be paying attention to our sun. Okay, so looking up higher selves, calling in that soul star, because each one of us has a soul star.
We do.
This here lies in the south, and it is in the place of the summertime. Okay.
Can you bring that closely again?
It's a little bit tricky with the reflections.
Is it the humpback whale?
This is a humpback whale, you're right. You know that because you're an oceanic being. But what's happening here is this, in my mermaid tarot, which of course I did because I have to have mermaids talking to me. I don't really like the other forms of tarot. I did learn originally the Egyptian tarot. I also like that. Yeah. Now, that was when I was 19. Now, this is the strength card, which is the 8. So the 8 we see coming into the summer tides, or for you the winter tides. But the 8 is magnetic, and the 8 is infinite. And the 8, brings us into that, infinity sign, right? And really what I'm seeing in that card, what you're seeing here is the whale, and the mermaid is actually breaking free the whale from captivity, from the net. So, by summer, we have a very big election going on here in Canada, and we also in America have Trump coming into presidency, which is going to be interesting all by itself. However, what I see by summer, because we also have erupting protests and war on our planet, I really am starting to see a breakthrough. I am starting to see that things are just not containable when we live in our truth and reconcile our differences and come to the tables and talk peace. And I feel like instead of us all bad tripping like the Wendigo or Ratiko wants us to do, wants us to hate and fight and war, it feeds off of it because it's a parasite. But if we can live in our strength, in our higher selves, we can set free the captives. We can, through our strength, bear medicine. In the north here, we have bear. Bear is courage. So by having courage and having our mama bear and our papa bears and our warriors, I see it happening in New Zealand, the Maori standing up in the Parliament building and ripping up that nasty contract. So we are breaking through the things that hold us back, right? So we are in a time of liberation, and I keep repeating victory of spirit, victory of nature. Victory of spirit, victory of nature. It is up to us to spell what we want as we right side this planet back up from where it's fallen and inverted. Now this is in the west, so this is in the place of emotions, this is in the place of water, this is in the place of the autumn times, is a symbol of the Queen of Pentacles. This is west. East was what's rising into our lives. The sun is rising into our lives in the east, so this is what's coming in. This will be on the opposite side of where in our hemisphere the sun sets into the waters of life. This goddess is holding up a coin of abundance. Now some say they're going to reset instead of having a complete market crash, which many of us have been predicting. We are going to somehow, I see again, a very positive outcome, and I'm asking and praying for everybody to join me. But the beauty is, beyond the logics of time-space duality, which is again all illusion anyways, we would like to say that this queen, this beautiful goddess of these pentacles, she is coming in to share her abundance. She is coming in to break through, again, poverty consciousness, lack, limitation, and this gross, unnatural imbalance within the rich and the poor. Move past all that, shed that old skin like a snake, and grow some new skins of light. Now, in the north, which I guess then again, for you would be yourself, but let's not confuse it. Let's just keep going. We have then this beautiful ace, and this is Ace of Wands, and this is that divine original thought or even will. And so I think when I keep saying, you have to see it to believe it. You can't, like you got to, but before you can see it to believe it, you first got to believe it so you can see it, right? So the way media and all of this hooba-juba of illusion works is that they use us to manifest, because they keep giving us these images. And what I'm saying is, you're not fat, you're not ugly, there's nothing wrong with you. Stop the liars, cheaters, and black magicians, and instead see your beauty, see your worth, and see the truth of who you are. And then we will cancel culture, the evil, and we will reverse the curse and dispel the spells and set right our whole existence as it was created originally through the original blueprints. And then to top that all off, so all these cards are very powerful. We've gotten 2 of the major arcana and then 2 of the minor arcana, so balanced. And then in the center is another major arcana card. And I just love this card, 9 of Cups.
9 of Cups. The 9
This is the wish-fulfilling card. This is the card of hopes and dreams and prayers being heard and realized. Again, a 9, so 2025 is 9.
Yeah.
And so completion of, soon we will be done with the struggle. Soon we will be done with the suffering. Our hopes, our prayers, our wishes are being heard and manifested. Get into it. Get into it. Yeah.
Question. Not this card in the center is the earthing card.
I call that the cog in the wheel card. It lies in the center, the 4 directions that all meet together as one in the heart. Correct. And so this is actually the manifestar card, because everything goes around the wheel, but what holds the wheel together is the cog, the center of the wheel. Which
is completion and wishes fulfilled.
Which literally is the card of completion and wishes fulfilled. So for this whole year, as much as the doomsday sayers and all the people that want you to eat the Wendigo, take those drugs, take those pills, drink your alcohol till you're obliterated, and all the toxic, all the just, it's enough, right? If your inner child isn't happy, get the hell out of there. Okay. It's so really wise. That simple, because when you're a child, you're safe, and I'm very sorry, I wasn't always safe either. I was also abused as a child, so I also understand that. But it's very much time for the humanitarian us, that would be us, to recognize the Sky Father and the Mother Earth and all of our relations, and our Divine Mother and Father, our Heavenly Father, our Divine Mother, the Shekinah Ma in the Hebrew tradition. I was given this name by very Jewish Orthodox women who begged me to take it as a means to call her back in from where she was taken out and held hostage. And so I would like to say that it's very much time for us to reclaim our actual truth, who we actually are. Beautiful man Michael Tellinger says we have a species of amnesia, and we need to remember who we are, why we are here, and where even we came from. And so when you're stuck in a toxic bloodline, which many of us are, when you're stuck in a place that isn't safe, I, at a very young age, suicidal at 6, was able to see that I had a mother and a father, that it wasn't this mother and a father, but that's when I learned that I had a divine mother, Abba of creation, Father of creation, the Creator, the Mother Earth, all the beautiful, loving, nourishing, nurturing, of the sacred, right? And that is where our home is, and that is where we are on our way home. Om, O-M. It's the Om, And so I want everybody to just remember what it felt like when you were happy, when you felt safe, when you felt like all your needs are being met, and give that to your inner child as a gift this year. Gift your inner child. If it doesn't have that, then give it to her, give it to him, recreate it. Rebirthing is a big practice. But whatever it means, heal that inner child and reconnect, and that will actually set you free and bring you back full circle. Ouroboros, snake eats its tail. Boom.
Absolutely. Yes. And I just want to say thank you so much for that, Shekinah Ma. I want to say to our audience that I'll leave the link so that you can find her. As Hilary said, we are all way more powerful than we realise, and this is just the time to really honour that. So wherever you feel most childlike, go there. Faster already.
Well, and I am a teacher of 2.5 to 5-year-olds, so I spend my Monday through Fridays with these little awesome beings. And then you say, what color is your flower? It is rainbow sparkles. Okay? This is why I stay with them. Jesus said, Yeshua said, you must enter into the kingdom as a child. Not as a crusty old fart. Right? Grinch, Scrooge, bugger.
Absolutely.
God help us.
Absolutely.
Right?
In this transmission, when you are listening to it, you might even want to turn your eyes off and just listen to it, but it has extra power because Shekinah's actually just moved through her little solar gateway. So when you're on a solar gateway, everything just comes on down and through and out. So this has a high vibrational, not only just the words and the messages and the reminders and the remembrances and the fusions, but it has that solar power star seed. Remember who you are. And if you want a galactic reading, oracle, beyond this earth reading with Shekinah, friend, here is my little shout out to Shekinah, the Purple Princess. You can reach her by her email, check out below, or you can buy her book on Amazon. It's about frequency. Again, the links are below. Please join with me as we end and celebrate this incredible oracle for 2025 Modi Order. Would you like to end us, my darling friend, with however you'd like to close the session for us?
Close your eyes, take a nice long deep breath of life into your holy chalice, into your cup of salvation, which is your being, your body. Filling yourself with this breath of life, charged by the photonic, beautiful, plasmic vibrations and frequencies of our solar star, our soul star, the sun, the golden, beautiful creator of this paradigm of light that brings us all the plants and flowers and wondrous, beautiful living creations on this beautiful Pachamama, and also with its planetary circling around it, and knowing that it's just one star and just one galaxy, that we are infinite beings of this amazing cosmic family, that we are on our way full circle back home again to reconnect and reunite with all of our star families. And my request to each and every one of you, as you feel that light and that warmth is just warming you up in any areas that you are cold or darkened by, that you just get excited, because I see it as a big welcome home party. And I just know as we unite with our star families and our angelic families and our beautiful families of light, ancestors included, that it really is a galactic Thanksgiving potlatch ceremony, powwow of the indigenous of all life, that we will all celebrate the end of the trials and tribulations. And so we just welcoming in that heaven on earth. Aho, yes.
Modi Order. Thank you.